my name is Emily Good, and today I am talking about what I'm going to be reading in Nonfiction November. So this readathon is being put on by a Book Olive. Apparently she's been doing it for years, and I don't know how I was so out of the loop because nonfiction is absolutely what I veer towards. So like, and then somebody else said that too. And they were like, I think that we should do a fiction February actually. And that's also something that I would participate in because I just don't, I just read more nonfiction than I do fiction, but I've been trying to get back into fiction. All of October, I have not read a single nonfiction book, and I've been enjoying the fictional books that I've been reading, but I'm ready to get back to nonfiction. So I have a list of books. I may or may not get to all of them, but I'm so excited about the titles that I have nevertheless. She's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to get into it really quick because I don't want to ramble on too much. So the first book that I have, like I said, a Book Olive is who's putting it on, and I watched one of her review videos on Between Two Kingdoms. I'm so excited about it. I found it at the library yesterday when I went, and this is the first book that I want to read. I just thought that a Book Olive did such a beautiful review video on it, and it just made me have to pick it up. So I'm really excited to have picked up a book that I never normally would have. I've never heard of this book before. And when I saw it at the library, I knew that I needed to check it out. So I'm really excited. As far as I understand, she gets cancer young, and she also goes on a road trip. So I'm thinking that she's between these two different crossroads of her life. So I think that it sounds really great. And this is the first one that I'm going to check out. I'm so excited about it. Who doesn't want to read a book that has a great big bus on the front of it? Me. Okay. So, and then here's another book that a lot of people have talked about. And even when I was Googling the best memoirs ever written, this book came up time and time again. So, and that is Educated by Tara Westover. I'm so excited to finally check this out. I'm even more excited, honestly, so you can probably see that it's really big. It's large print. I had the choice between a hardcover with regular font and a paperback with large font, and if you know me, you know that I love to read paperbacks. So this is the book that I chose, and I'm really excited about how big the letters are. I think that will make it a lot, I don't know, it might be more enjoyable for me. So yeah. Okay, and then the rest of the books, those are the two that I got at the library, so I'm really excited about those. Generally, I listen to a book and I actually read a different book. So I have a physical copy book and I have an Audible book. So the Audible books that I want to read are On Writing by Stephen King. I did just finish reading Needful Things by Stephen King. I do have quite a collection of his books, and I've read On Writing at least twice now, and I really enjoy it. I like that it's like part memoir, part writing advice. I really love that, and I also love that Stephen King is the one who narrates it. I just feel like he obviously has so much wisdom, and I enjoy like reading about his childhood and his process and things like that. So I'm excited to re-listen to that. I am also going to, so I have these three books. I haven't decided. It's really going to depend after I finish those two that I already talked about, which order I go in, because sometimes I'm like feeling a book and sometimes I'm not, obviously. So we'll see what I get to and what I don't. But the first one on my pile is Letters to a Young Artist. Now, I got this book when I was about to graduate from acting school in March of 2014. I was going to be graduating in April. I went into the Drama Bookshop in New York and I picked this up, and I was back and forth. You know, I didn't have money, and I was like back and forth of buying this book. I am still so glad 8 years later that I picked up this book, and I've only read it once, but I remember the tidbits of information that this woman gives, and it's amazing. So she writes like these letters written to like a BZ. I forget what that stands for, but it's just tidbits of advice and just letters to a young artist. So if you are an artist, if you're a writer, if you're a painter, if you're just trying to make your way through this world, I highly recommend this book. I love it. Okay, so here's another one of my favorites. I have read this one before, and I also think that I have it on Audible, and that is Just Kids by Patti Smith. I love this book. I really love her relationship with Robert. It's just such a beautiful, pure, loving, soulful relationship between the two of them, and it's just beautiful. So I really love that, and I love her writing style. Obviously it's Patti Smith. Of course I love her writing style, sorry. And so yeah, so I have this one as well. I have one more book to talk about. I have mentioned it before on my channel, but I'm not sure if that video is still listed or not. It's not important. But another book. I've been meaning to get in touch more with my feminine, like, woman, like, feeling stronger in myself, I guess. So I have this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's just beautiful. It's great big. I think that it's a bunch of different stories / writings. It's just like different chapters and things like that. Oh my gosh. I have different notes written in here and things like that, and I see what my bookmark is. It's 3 of my very best friends, and that makes me happy that that's in there. But yeah, Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. So I am so excited to read this one. A deeply spiritual book. She honors what is tough, smart, and untamed in women. She venerates the female soul. So I constantly hear about this book in the different reading groups that I'm in on Facebook, and I really feel like I would like to get in touch with that part of myself more and just kind of reconnect with the elements, which is actually a prompt. I didn't go over the different prompts. There are 4 prompts that a Book Olive did for Nonfiction November this year, and that is secret, record, element, and border. Now, the reason I didn't talk about them is because I feel like I'd be pushing it, trying to come up with how these books might fall into those prompts. So I just am skipping that part. I'm just going to read nonfiction, which she said was totally fine. So if you want to take part in Nonfiction November, or if you've made videos about Nonfiction November, if you currently are already reading a nonfiction book, please let me know. Like I said, I love nonfiction. I'm starting to get more into reading memoirs and things like that. So I hope that my choices sound kind of interesting to you. Have you read any of them? If you have, I would love to hear about that. And yeah, I think that that's all I have to say. I'm not going to keep talking. So thank you so much for watching. Take good care. Bye.